Hello, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Time 2:40 a.m. Right. So I have a couple of reviews for you. No list for tonight. I just have individual reviews. Okay. So first up I'll start with Maison Alhambra Lattafa. I told you I have bought few fragrances. Not that many this month. I'm trying not to buy expensive fragrances that much because this month is Eid. After a few days, like 3-4 days, we have Eid coming up. So we have expenses and all that, and plus economy is a bit tight, right? So we are all trying to save up, at least that's what we tell us, right? So I wanted to create content, so I didn't want to spend so much money on niche fragrances this month, so perhaps next month. Okay, but the fragrance that I have for you, I actually was very interested in this one because this one clones a very popular perfume which is next to the fragrance I'm about to review. The original is called Acqua di Gio Profumo. Okay, other one's called Jorge Di Profumo. Okay, so these fragrances, Maison Alhambra, are affordable one, $15-20 depending on where you buy them from, and then they are like budget friendly, full bottle, really nice presentation sort of fragrances. So I want to see what this is all about. I don't need this because as you can see, I have the original. I have a lot of fragrances. I'll just put even this one close to it, which is called Perialis 360 Red, which is a clone of Acqua di Gio. Let's just keep it there. I have certain points to actually bring up, but let's start with the what I call presentation, then we'll go to the perfume and then how it smells. So this box and bottle, I think they look very decent. I mean, the black box looks nice. There's one more, I think, Acqua di Gio Profumo clone. I forgot the name. This exact same bottle but frosted. That one I think is just copying Acqua di Gio. This is Acqua di Gio Profumo's clone. So still has that sort of that combination, black and silver. Looks nice. Maison Alhambra. EDP concentration, we'll come to that. And at the back, the sticker. I'm sorry, I always have excitement, so you see these scratches. So this is basically from the paper cutter. I always get the box damaged. Anyway, I'll throw out the box. Just keep the bottle. That's the box. Nothing spectacular, okay, but it's okay, decent. The bottle, however, it's okay looking. You can clearly see the resemblance, and there are some key differences. Of course, this bottle looks so much nicer from like Armani, but this one doesn't look bad. Looks really nice. Nothing to describe. A nice little color combination, silver and black. This one is a little bit different than the original Acqua di Gio bottles, but the cap I think is pretty much similar to that, but there's no how to say detailing on that, and it clicks onto place. You can pick it up. Looks nice. I think if you put against the light, you can see the juice level. Okay, atomizer looks like this. Good, 7 out of 10. So I am wearing at this current moment on my neck is this fragrance after a long time, Rojas Man. This is such a nice little gourmand coffee scent. So let's put some of it on my arm here where I'm not wearing any cologne. Okay, couple of spritzes. Okay, and let it dry down, and let me tell you about the original, then we'll talk about the clone. How did it do? People ask me about performance and all that. I'm pretty sure there are already reviews out there. Okay, so one thing before, I think I should tell you always before I start a review, if you're watching this as a new viewer or a old viewer, whatever the case is, you should know one thing. Fragrance reviews are like reference points. These are like one man's opinion, and there's no way you can say like one person is spot on or they are like universal truth, right? So what someone feels, it can be very different from another person. It varies like this apples and oranges. Okay, so keep that in mind, and just like always test the fragrance before buying. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So original Acqua di Gio, I'll talk about it. Okay, let's get that as well. Oh man, which is this Acqua di Gio? It's a classic, it's an OG. Let's keep it all here. And you guys know Acqua di Gio sold a lot of bottles, like Cool Water, Fahrenheit, this kind of fragrances sold like thousands of bottles, okay, in the past. So they make a lot of money with this. It's kind of like an aquatic, marine, salty, spicy kind of masculine fragrance. Over the years, the reformulation got it kind of like weak. Back in the days, this used to be like very long lasting. Then they came up with a solution. They made Essenza, Acqua di Gio Profumo. I do have, I don't know, I'm getting emotional. This is my very first bottle of Acqua di Gio. I still have some juice left. So there's a few sprays. This is my first Acqua di Gio. Man, the bottle is really collecting dust. Sorry. Sorry, I'm going to take my time today. I'm not feeling all 100%. But anyway, I'm going to try to do this. This one, I'll show you one more. Where is my other bottle at? That bottle, the top note is gone off. But I used this fragrance a lot in my journey, which was called Essenza. Essenza was great too. Essenza was very good. Essenza for me was the best flanker from this line with this beautiful, back in the days they used to have magnetic cap. Same thing with Profumo, but nowadays the new Profumo doesn't have magnetic cap, but the juice actually is pretty much the same. And I heard Acqua di Gio Profumo was discontinued, or they will take it down. So many rumors. They have Profondo lights. I think they had Absolute Instinct Mini. Okay, so that's basic story. So Acqua di Gio Profumo, what they did was they made it spicier, longer lasting, bit darker. Not all the way dark, it's still fresh like this, but it's a little bit like more spicy, more masculine, more deeper version. So if you couldn't find Essenza, then people would buy this. But the main problem with Acqua di Gio Profumo is it's expensive. Very simple. Armani fragrances are crazy expensive. Emporio, Giorgio, whatever Armani you're buying, even the suits, everything is just crazy expensive. So nowadays, I'll tell you, this 180 ml or 200, whatever this bottle size, whatever the price back in the days used to be, now 125 ml costs us that money. Okay, so 120, $130 for Acqua di Gio Profumo. So people don't have that cash. So if you should be looking at this one, the Jorge Di Profumo, there are some differences and there's some similarities. I'll let you know how much similar this is to original. I think in the opening, it's a little bit like the OG. Okay, for me, it's not as dark or as spicy as Profumo, but you can say it's somewhere between this and this. Okay, so somewhere like I would say the main notes really pop up very, very bright, but the pepper is not as prominent as Acqua di Gio Profumo. This one I get like a lot more pepper, very masculine, spicy, and this one really hits hard. Okay, so compared to that, this one is little bit not tame, but not as strong as this one. So it's stronger than original, but it's weaker than this one, the Profumo. And how many sprays I would go with this fragrance? I would say you go heavy on the shirt. Okay, because yesterday some members mentioned like Alhambra fragrances, they're not really long lasting. It's not really true. You know, some of their fragrances are really, really long lasting. Some Lattafa perfumes, like I have this one, I got this one recent times. This one has not made reviews. This is the signature set line, number 3. Then there is Kismet, Angel. A lot of these other ones, they last pretty decent time on me, but one would say like they're not 10 for performance. But Lattafa's Oud line and their expensive lines, they are very big smoke. So these lines, the affordable lines, they have issues. People have issues like, hey, they don't perform. Okay, so there are two sides of the story. Okay, very simple. If you do not like a fragrance to be a mediocre performer, then avoid this line by all means, you know, because performance is your first issue. I would say if you want to get something clone of it, I don't know exact clone of that one, but I think if you want a performance version of Acqua di Gio line, it's pretty much Braille 360-degree red, covers it all. They have other fragrances which are long lasting. Get those, okay? But at this price point, $15-20, if you're looking for everything in a bottle, that's not going to be possible. They do not do magic. And later on, what's going to happen worse is this price is going to go high, okay? With time, that's what's happening. So for me, I have no issue with it. Like this one lasted from like 3.5 hours to 4 hours tops. But it's the first 2 hours that was very, very strong. But on the shirt, it holds on pretty well. 4 to 5 hours you can get. But the projection performance, I think you need to carry a decant with you. It will not cover your day's work, okay? So in terms of scent profile, that's why I can tell you this smells really, really nice. This one is very well done. You think like it's going to be synthetic, alcohol-y, and then, you know, kind of like a generic. No. If you like this, you're pretty much going to like that. Pretty simple. Bottle also doesn't look bad. But if it's about brand image, brand issue that you are, you know, a fan of the OG or the Essenza or these fragrances, then it may not cut it for you. Okay, simple. So there are two sides of the story. But if you don't have the budget, again I said, if you don't have 120 130 bucks, you know, to buy 125 ml of this, look into this way. Okay, if you want to cut a little bit more money, like a Perfume 360 red right now, it's going for 30-35 bucks. That is more expensive. For 200 ml like this, you can get it for $50 or so. I think that one makes more sense. Peppery, very long lasting, very out there. Jeremy talked about it, so you can get that. So I'm letting you know all the possible options. Okay, but to get an Armani fragrance, you cannot get them super cheap. Some people are buying these from local markets here. Like I saw one guy buying a vintage of Acqua di Gio 200 ml for 45 bucks, and I was speechless. And he was so convinced like this is original. He tried to convince himself, convince me. So in this kind of Lattafa cases, it's not going to happen. You don't have to convince anybody. You tell someone I got it for 20 bucks, smells like Acqua di Gio Profumo, and if you don't tell people, they will still ask you, are you wearing Profumo? You can say yes, you know, if they can smell it. Go 10 sprays, no problem. You can afford it at that price point. So rounding it up, it's a very good release. Is the best clone of something. I think this clone did very, very good, but on the dry down, it smells a lot like Acqua di Gio, the original. It lacks the depth or the darkness of patchouli or a little bit of the darkness of the rocks, whatever that in there. I would say this is way stronger and very, very masculine, the OG. So I would say this is like a 7.5 out of 10 as a clone. The smell wise, they did very decent job. Longevity and projection, it's above average. Okay, above average, not beast mode. Okay, so there you go. They did a very nice job for people who cannot afford the OG, and I think it's a good thing they're cloning everything, right? So I would give it the same mark, 7.5 out of 10. Jorge Di Profumo. Check it out. And if you're not a big fan of clones, if you don't like the property theft or whatever, the intellectual property theft, if you don't want to like adapt to that, it's fine also. It's cool. It's just a game. It's just fragrances. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I have tomorrow, I think I'll cover this one, Salvo Elixir, which is a clone of Dior Sauvage Elixir. And then in time I'll do this one. This one is very nice fragrance, man. This one I wanted to get for a long time. So there you go. And then few lists are coming up. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.